Hey guys, welcome back to Eric Reacts with more Game of Thrones. This is Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift. Don't know what that's referencing, but last episode was really rough. I just want Sansa to get out of there, like, right away. I wish she had lit that candle in the tower before the wedding. Hopefully she has a chance to do it soon, and Brienne and Pod can find a way to get her out. Or maybe Stannis arrives. Though that might complicate things considering how much Brienne hates him for Renly's murder. So, we'll see. Jorah and Tyrion have been captured by slavers, but are heading to the fighting pits instead. I mean, Tyrion still needs to get out of getting killed and being sold for parts, but he didn't survive King's Landing to die like this. I want to see how this plays out. And I wish Tommen would find some courage and conviction, maybe even a little bit of ruthlessness somehow, and get Marjorie and Loras out. I mean, it's time to go to war. Is it a problem of not having enough manpower? Did the Faith Militant somehow get stronger than the King's forces? Honestly, at the very least, at this point, you need to get Marjorie and Loras back and hold the High Sparrow hostage and disband the Faith Militant. Disarm them. Disarm them, at least. But freaking Cersei, she's so stupid. These guys are willing to move against the Queen. What makes her think she's in control here? I mean, I didn't hate Cersei that much before this BS because, hey, it seems like she at least loves her children and is a good mother, but like I said last episode, this isn't love. She only loves herself. Absolutely hateful woman. But yeah, let's get started with this episode. I want to see what happens. Is Alistair in charge in the meantime? Oh, he's like, yeah, look at this.
First Ranger, you have commanded Castle Black.
Lord Commander, it is my duty to tell you I believe this mission to be reckless and an insult to all the brothers who have died.
What was it he said about leadership?
That laugh. Egg. Egg laughed like that.
Oh,
His little brother, Aegon, he became
Aegon?
king.
Aegon. Aegon.
He was a jolly fella,
Aw.
like this one.
Eh? Ramsay locked her in here. She's got bruises everywhere.
Do what he says or he'll hurt you.
He already hurts me every night. All day I'm locked in this room and every night he comes. You betrayed my family!
I'm sorry.
Help me, Theon, help me! Light this candle and put it in the window. Promise me, Theon.
Read! My name is Reed.
You're not headed that way, are you? God damn it. Is he? This is a pretty tall tower.
I dreamed that I was old.
No man was wiser, or gentler, or kinder.
You're losing all your friends, darling.
Was that really necessary?
Our scouts report that Stannis Baratheon rides for Winterfell. He's a respected commander.
Oh, that's a weapon.
One day I'll be Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North.
But isn't your stepmother pregnant?
What of it?
Oh,
What happens if she has a boy?
she's turning him against Roose.
You're a bastard. A trueborn will always have the stronger claim.
I've been naturalized by a royal decree from...
Tommen Baratheon? Another bastard.
Ooh. She's not afraid. What? That
your
old lady.
northern friend.
How did she... I will never hurt you. He's losing.
Sell swords. Loyal to nothing but gold. But we go forward. Only forward.
I don't know about this. And Davos even looked at her like, counsel him to stop.
I have seen the flayed man banners lowered to the ground. I have shown you the power of King's blood.
Not again. No.
No,
Shireen.
we have someone better.
No, no.
Lost your mind.
Do you doubt me?
She's my daughter.
She's talking about killing.
Get out.
Really?
Come on, love.
Give us a kiss.
Leave me alone.
Oh, if you were my girl, I won't leave you alone.
Get your hands off her. I'm warning you.
Come on. Come on.
Times for warning is over. Oh, God. Oh, God. Block your face, at least. Jesus. Jesus.
Get your hands off her.
You're gonna get yourself killed. Well, lover Jon Snow's not here to save you.
Oh, hi, Ghost. Rip up the shreds. I don't give a shit about these guys.
Just a bit woozy.
Oh, he's fainting. Oh, he's fainting.
They were tiring out. I had them in the palm of my hand.
Okay, Sam. Oh, man. Oh, there we go. This is the first time she gets to choose what to do with her own body.
I'm hurting you.
Worth it.
Are you sure?
Oh my.
Oh my.
20. Go! Wait! You have to buy me as well.
Why?
We're a team. I'm a great fighter, too.
One gold. One silver piece.
It's funny.
He's funny? You paid him because he's funny?
I think the Sons of the Harpy have stopped killing because their leader was made king.
Ugh, I don't know about that.
Do you think I'm petty enough to speak ill of a man just because he represents competition?
I do.
You're right.
Gather all the great masters and wise masters and worthy masters you can find, and slaughter them all.
You should have the decency to stand when you speak to a lady.
You should have the decency to kneel before the gods.
Don't spar with me, little fellow.
Don't spar with me, little fellow.
I serve the gods by the holy text, the seven-pointed star. If you don't have one in your library, I'll give you my own.
I've read a seven-pointed star.
The gods' laws must be applied to all equally.
It's not being applied equal.
So be it.
She's in a prison cell, and there is nothing I can do.
Declare war. Do it.
You cannot blame yourself for fate.
This is not fate.
Let me talk to him on your behalf. Your happiness is all I want in this world. I know.
You don't, because she doesn't.
I would do anything for you.
You're not doing this for him, you wretched.
Anything to keep you from harm.
You look different when I left. You had more hair.
More hair. More hands.
I'm going to marry him and we're staying right here.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You don't know me.
Oh.
For all men must die, and I've tasted the Dornishman's wife. I have.
Wouldn't feel right to leave Dawn without a new scar.
Huh. No poison.
I'm not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
She just rolled her eyes.
That was an absolute...
Oh.
There was a woman more beautiful than I am.
Was there?
Was there?
My memory's not what it was earlier.
Frickin' Braun.
They call it the long farewell. It takes time to work. The only antidote. Who's the most beautiful woman in the world? Don't drop it.
Oh, thank God he caught that. Worth it.
I have a gift for you. A handsome young man.
What? I thought it was going to be like a huge arena, like Coliseum level. Oh. She's here. She's here. Oh. Maybe you want to make a no killing rule or a mercy rule? He sees how much she doesn't like the killing.
With your dirty piece of fucking thing.
Oh. Ah! He's taking them down like nothing. Who dis? Who dis? Oh, how nice.
I brought you a gift. It's true.
Tyrion Lannister.
Yes. I am the gift. My name is Tyrion Lannister.
Damn.
This is horrible. Unacceptable. It's quite good. Lies come easily to you. Everyone knows that. But innocence, decency, concern. You're not very good at those, I'm afraid. Perhaps that's why your son was so eager to cast you aside for me.
Yikes.
Get out, you hateful bitch!
I can't wait for her to get what's coming to her.
Her accommodations seem sufficient. What happens to her now?
Sufficient.
Knock down the statues and the pillars, and this is what remains.
Is he trying to saying that he wants to strip?
Tyrell's finery will be stripped away.
Yeah.
What will we find when we strip away your finery? He had so much to strip away.
Lancel? Still
He
smiling.
has much to say about you.
Let me go immediately.
You will order her to let me go. I am the queen. I am the queen. Have you lost your mind? Let me go.
And now he has complete control of everything.
Look at my face. It's the last thing you'll see before you die.
Cersei, you dumb, daft woman. Well, there you have it. I was like, I can't wait for her to get what's coming to her. And 5 minutes later. Alright guys, so I forgot to mention this before, but I moved my gaming stuff to a different channel called ER Gaming, link in the description below. Playing Life is Strange, Kingdom Hearts, Wargroove, Resident Evil 2. But anyways, Jon heads north to the wall, again, to bring the wildlings back. Sam hands him some dragonglass before they leave. But of course, Jon has to leave Alistair in charge when he leaves. But I didn't like seeing it. I'm a little afraid he might try to grab power given how close the vote was and how many people would likely want to recast their vote after Jon announced his plan. But Jon and Sam gave each other a long hug before Jon leaves. Kind of makes me worry that one of them might not make it. Scared that this might be the last time they see each other. And then we have Sam and Gilly over Aemon's bedside as he plays with little Sam and remembers Egg. He called his younger brother frickin' Aegon Targaryen, King of the Andals and the First Men, Egg. Right before dying, Aemon was brought back to his childhood and was talking with Egg. I dreamed that I was old. That's a nice way to go out, right? Just remembering his happiest moments and his last moments. Then they had a funeral for him, and of course Alistair had to take that moment to mock Sam about losing all his allies. What made Alistair such a crotchety old fool, honestly? But then Daario proposed to Daenerys, and she shuts him down hard. Like, I'm imagining myself proposing to someone someday, and they reply, even if I wanted to do such an inadvisable thing, I couldn't. Ouch. But then we had Sansa locked in her room at Winterfell. I miss the old days when I didn't think it could get worse for her than when she was at King's Landing with Joffrey. And then there was that time with Lysa, and now this. I'm seriously going to be so mad if she finally gets free from all this torture and pain and winds up dying somehow. Her arms were covered in bruises. She's been locked up only to be raped every night. And she begged Theon to light the candle, but he's just too broken. First we saw him look at the tower and keep walking past it, and I thought he wasn't going to do it. Then he starts climbing a bunch of steps, and I'm like, wait, seems like he's going up a tower. And then you see him open the door, and there's like some candlelight reflected in his face, and then Ramsay. Damn it. But Sansa is able to grab, I'm not sure what it is, it kind of looked like a corkscrew. It's not the best of weapons, but it's better than nothing. Or maybe she'll find another use for it. I don't know what she could do with it, but she's not afraid to throw a few jabs at Ramsay about him being a bastard and Roos's next son being the true heir, especially with Ramsay's status as a Bolton given to him by Tommen, also a bastard. I think she enjoys seeing the people she hates suffer a little bit, but I also think she's trying to drive the Boltons against each other. So she's trying to do what Littlefinger told her to, try and control Ramsay. And I was so nervous when she called Ramsay a bastard to his face, though. Like, she feels like she has nothing more to lose. Like, she can't imagine it getting worse than this. But it can. If Ramsay flays even if Ramsay flays her even a little bit, I'm gonna reach through the screen and start ripping off body parts. But the world seems to be smiling on the Boltons. The snow turns the tide in their favor against Stannis. Winter is coming and it's ruining Stannis' plans. Some of his mercenaries abandoned him, and he needed to turn around in that moment. He's too convinced of victory and doesn't want to be the king who ran. He's just bought too much into Melisandre's visions and trusts her too much. I feel like the Boltons are gonna win. God damn it. I feel like Melisandre's being truthful with him. Like, she's 100% convinced that he will win. But when Stannis asks if she trusts himself, she says she trusts the Lord. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure the Lord is giving her. I'm pretty sure the Lord has different plans given everything that's happening. Like, I feel like the Lord might be trying to lie or mislead Melisandre to get his way. Maybe the visions she has of Bolton banners falling isn't this battle but another, because we've seen all her visions technically come true, but she hasn't said that Stannis takes down the Bolton banners, so I don't know. And then Melisandre brings up sacrificing Shireen too. That's what I first thought she meant, like, several seasons ago before she went and got Gendry. Stannis loves his daughter though and says no, but I'm worried that as things get more desperate, he might change his mind, or Selyse will go behind. Selyse and Melisandre will go behind his back. I'm actually really scared for Shireen right now. Like, I love her as a character, so of course she's probably doomed. My only hope is that Davos has been eavesdropping on their conversation and will get to try to get Shireen the hell out of there. But back at Castle Black, my fears about Gilly being there were finally coming true. Didn't they say there was like the Night's Watch like frequently visited like brothels somewhere? They have to harass and then attempt to assault Gilly. But Sam defends her with everything he can. He should be down for the count, but the adrenaline and the willpower keeps him up, and thankfully Ghost arrives in time to save them. So relieved. And Sam passes out immediately. Poor guy. The thing is, Castle Black no longer has a maester with Aemon down, so Sam would actually be perfect for that role, but it would include going to train at the Citadel. I just don't know if they allow women and children there, because all maesters, as far as I know, are men, and I don't think they would allow. They're also sworn to not be with. They're sworn to celibacy, right? I think. Yeah, he wouldn't go if it meant leaving Gilly and little Sam behind, but. Gilly looks after him after that whole incident. She says he should have left it alone and just let her be taken. Oh, that's rough. But I guess Shay was wrong about this instance. She was saying a woman doesn't climb into bed with a man after someone tries to rape her. I think it's true in like almost all cases, but Gilly's history might have played a role in her decision. That's just the thing. This is the first time in her life she's been able to make a decision about her own body, and I'm happy for her. And Sam was just making out. Sam was making out with her, after he was hit in the face over and over. And she was just like, oh, am I hurting you? And no. Are you sure? And then they start having sex. And he's just like, oh my. That's so comical. And then we travel to Dorne. Marcella doesn't want to be shipped back to King's Landing. Jaime says he doesn't understand, and she replies that Jaime doesn't know her. That feels more personal than I anticipated, because it's not his job to know her as her uncle. So I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but he kind of feels like she was bitter that she didn't have a relationship with him because she was sad that she didn't have a relationship with her father. I don't know. I feel like I might be reaching on that one, but... and then Bronn is in a cell singing his heart out, and then Tyene, is that how you pronounce it? Sand, getting his heart racing by stripping and then, or disrobing a little bit. Getting his heart racing and moving the poison faster. That was a nice trick. Surprised she gave him the antidote, though. I guess there wasn't really that much to gain by killing him right there. Meanwhile, Jorah gets sold off to fight in the pits, and Tyrion with that golden tongue, not in the sex way, though I guess maybe in a sex way too for him, but he convinces the man to buy him too, beating down the man who has him collared with a chain, and then people laughing at him. Little do they know he's the hero of Blackwater. But then Jorah gets the fight in front of Daenerys. It's actually easier to kill people in a fighting pit than it is to show mercy, so that made it very impressive how he took down all those fighters without killing them or getting hurt. I'm hoping he and Tyrion can tell her about the slave owners and help put a stop to that. But Tyrion offering himself as a gift from Jorah to stop him from being taken away. I think he feels a little kinship with Jorah now. And it's already episode 7 in this season, but for some reason I was just like, wow, they got to Daenerys pretty quickly actually. It was just like 2 or 3 episodes ago when they fought off the Stone Men, so it feels like they got there pretty quick. But then Olenna goes to try and figure out the High Sparrow's goals, but he just brushes her off. He suggests that he can't be bought and that he only follows the will of the Seven through their version of the Bible, the 7-pointed star. But this is such a perversion of the common people grabbing power. Like, the High Sparrow shows itself as an ally to the common people by first targeting the rich and powerful, like doling out justice. But they're not actually interested in justice. They're interested in, I don't know, like this religious justice isn't justice. That's the biggest problem. But then Olenna meets with Littlefinger to discuss their alliance, and Littlefinger said he had information Cersei demanded of him, and I don't know, that's either a lie or he was the one who told Oliver to give up Loras to the High Sparrow, which, understandingly, he can't share with Olenna, but he also says he has a gift for Olenna, handsome young men. I feel like that's not something you drop and then don't address in the same episode, because I don't know if it refers to Lancel. The last scene made it seem like the High Sparrow knew all along about Cersei's sins through Lancel, but it was never outright said who the handsome young man was that Littlefinger mentioned, so I'm not sure. But then Tommen, meanwhile, is depressed and not eating, and he's powerless to put a stop to the High Sparrow, and naive boy still believes his mother is looking out for him. You guys know how I feel about Cersei recently. She doesn't love her children, not really. Tommen would start a war to save the one he loves, but they would just kill her first. Cersei, meanwhile, wants to control Tommen, and is willing to see him be miserable and lose the one he loves so that she can control him. So there are 2 different types of love in this episode, and you can see the contrast really. And then Cersei goes to visit Marjorie. Marjorie has dropped all pretenses, and meanwhile, Cersei is acting like this is all fine and she's on her side. It's just so cruel. I forgot to mention that last time what they did to Marjorie is considered entrapment. They knew she would lie for her brother and called her to bear witness, forcing her to lie and then locking her up for it. And I also realized that I don't know what exactly happens to Loras and Marjorie should they be found guilty. Do they have to go to like a re-education camp, conversion therapy, public shaming like the old High Septon? You know what would be really funny though if it was just like, you have been found guilty. Your punishment shall be 50 hours of community service. Here's your time card to log your hours. We hope you visit us again soon. Bye. But I doubt it's going to be that easy. And finally, the High Sparrow has one of the Septas grab Cersei and throw her in a cell. I was pretty happy to see that. At the same time, the High Sparrow, I don't want to see him in charge either. Cersei had a great line, "Look at my face. It will be the last thing you see before you die." So the only redeeming quality Cersei has besides her cheekbones is that she knows how to deliver some great lines. And after saying that Marjorie's accommodations are sufficient, she gets the same, so pretty fitting. And yeah, so on one hand, I've been hating Cersei more and more the last few episodes, and it was nice to see her completely in over her head. But this High Sparrow in charge, that's going to be rough. Alright guys, I'm going to give this episode 4 direwolves on the strength of the dialogue, and getting to see Olenna and Littlefinger trade barbs with anybody is a treat. And then Jorah and Tyrion's plotline is really engaging. But more than anything, I want to see Sansa get the hell out of there. I'd want Stannis to defeat the Boltons ASAP, but now it seems like that might not even be possible. I'm hoping Brienne and Pod will move, even without the candle being lit or something. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you can't wait to watch the next episode, make sure to check out the early access option on Patreon in the link in the description below. I've actually got the next 3 episodes up already, so you'll be able to watch the finale of the season right the hell now. Alright, thanks for everything. Bye, friends.